I started this series by talking about the origin of the term lost cause, that it came from a book of the same name written by Edward Pollard. Hi, my name is Karen Cox, and I'm a historian of the American South, also an expert on Confederate memory, and I've written books about the United Daughters of the Confederacy and Confederate monuments, and I have to write about the lost cause all the time. So I'm going through some basic definitions here. Gave you the origin in the last TikTok. This one, I want to talk about, what did Edward Pollard say? One of the things we could start with is that the subtitle of his book, The Lost Cause, was A New Southern History of the War of the Confederates. Think about that for a second. The book is published in 1866, and he's already calling it A New Southern History of the War of the Confederates. There hadn't been any comprehensive history written about the Civil War by 1866. So what's new here? Well, it's Edward Pollard's take on Confederate defeat. That's what's new. He spends well over 700 pages talking about the war, but it's in those last few pages where he sets out what I think become the basic principles of the lost cause and why it's associated with white supremacy. One of the things he says towards the end of the book is this, that the Civil War only determined two things. One, the end of slavery. Two, military defeat. That's it. Nothing more. And he said those things that weren't decided, the Southern people still cling to. So he means white Southerners, of course. What are those things? Well, they don't believe, white Southerners will not believe in what they were calling Negro equality, and they don't believe that these newly freed slaves have the right to vote. Now, the book is published in 1866, but within a couple of years, both of those things will be true. Black men will be granted citizenship and the right to vote, the 14th and the 15th Amendments. So what Pollard has set up and what he's telling readers is that white Southerners may not own slaves anymore, but they surely do not believe in the equality of freedmen. As a matter of fact, they continue to believe in white supremacy. So this is the very beginning of it. And that is a foundation for what is to come when we talk about the lost cause.